Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another quick breakdown prediction for UFC 258, the co-main event, flyweight bout between Maycee Barber and Alexa Grasso. Maycee Barber, she's making a return after a little over a year layoff since her loss to Roxanne Modaffar, and of course the torn ACL that's kept her out of action. Alexa Grasso making her second fight in the flyweight division, definitely a big step up for her. She's taking on a top 10 fighter that packs a punch. So we're going to see if Alexa Grasso, if she has that ability to nullify the power of Barber, and we're going to see if Barber can handle the skill set of a fighter like Alexa Grasso after a long layoff. So real quick, let me give my keys to victory for both fighters, then I'll give you my prediction. First up, Maycee Barber. Maycee, she's probably more so known for her stand-up and her power. You know, she's known as a power puncher, her ability to close the show. I think going into this fight, she's going to need to be more tactical, though. You know, dealing with the skilled striker / boxer like Alexa Grasso. You know, there's no waiting, there's no plodding around. You know, you can't try to just land one perfect shot. You got to go in there and showcase more than power. So first up, I'll say Maycee Barber needs to put the pressure on her. You know, use that controlled distance. You got to back her up, cut the octagon off, stay in her face, but don't stay in her punching range. You know, you got to back her up with jabs. And just like I said, cut that octagon off so you can measure and land those big shots as you back her up and you just put that pressure on her. You know, you can't let a speedy fighter like that move around and use angles. So you got to put that pressure on her. Controlled pressure. Next up, timing. Timing, when you're dealing with a faster fighter like Alexa Grasso that's going to be in and out with straight shots, you got to use your timing to get that respect. So every time they step in, you got to be prepared to land that slip jab or a good left hook or a good time right hand and do that damage. So that'll make her think twice, and that'll also make her punch output go down. So then you can use your pressure to walk them down, and then you can finally catch up with your own volume punching. Which leads to my next one, stay busy. Maycee Barber has to stay busy. Like I said, you can't go in there looking for one big shot. You can't just go in there trying to plot around saying, okay, I got to punch his chance, because eventually Alexa Grasso is going to build that lead up in the first 2 rounds, and next thing you know, you're behind. So you got to go in there and stay just as busy. You got to throw in volume, throw 1s, 2s, and 3s. You know, switch levels, go to the body, and then maybe that big headshot will come. And last up, use the size. You know, you talked about Tatiana Suarez being able to dominate and ragdoll Alexa Grasso. You got to do the same thing. You've been working on your wrestling and grappling. You got to go in there, clinch fight, work those forearms and those knees and elbows. And when you get those takedowns, you got to control the top position, or just ride out rounds to try to get the ground control time. You know, you got to nullify whatever the faster, speedy fighter's doing. So yeah, that's the keys to victory for Maycee Barber. Put the pressure on, timing, stay busy, and use your physical size advantage. Next up, Alexa Grasso. I feel like Alexa Grasso, her big chance here is to use her skill set. You know, I feel like she is the more polished boxer and striker. You know, I love watching her box. You know, she can let those hands go. She uses good angles. Pretty decent defense too as well in the pocket. So going into this fight for Alexa Grasso, take full advantage of the layoff. First off, I got to say that. Take full advantage of the layoff. You know, there's going to be some octagon rust on Maycee Barber. So you got to go in there and do the number one thing, box. And by box, I mean you got to showcase everything that you have in the past. You know, you got to go in there, use the jab, start doubling the jab like you did against Karolina Kowalkiewicz and Kim. You got to go in there, use angles. You know, you got to frustrate the fighter that tends to be flat-footed and stationary and tries to plod around. You know, throw those 1s and 2s and dip out. You know, throw 1s and 2s, dip out, measure, switch levels, throw that right hand to the body. So just box. You're the much better boxer. She's the puncher, but you're the much better all-around boxer, so you got to box. Also, don't be greedy, though. Don't be greedy. That's number 2, because if you stay in there too long, you might get hit with something big. And that's what I'm saying. If Maycee Barber catches that timing, then you might get hit with something big if you stay in the pocket too long. And I've seen Alexa Grasso stay in the pocket with, like, Kim a few times in her last fight at flyweight. You know, she got caught with a couple of shots, like a couple good left hooks here and there when she would throw that 1, 2, 3. So if you're going to throw the 1, 2, 3, or maybe like a quick 1, 2 straight up the middle, take your head off the line. You know, Alexa Grasso doesn't take her head off the line too much. So if you're going to do that in this fight, you got to take your head off the line. But overall, I would say don't be greedy. You know, just fire off a good double jab, 1, 2, and then be out. Then make her reset, and you reset as well. Next, work the legs. Take away the balance and the commitment to plant her feet. You know, got to work those legs. You know, start tagging that lead leg. Hey, she had a torn ACL, so go ahead and work it. You know, you might want to go ahead and test that leg out. Go ahead and start ripping that lead leg whenever, you know, she starts eating those shots, and you eat that leg up. Then you can go back up top, and those headshots will open up. And last, I'm going to say killer instinct. That's something that Alexa Grasso really needs to open up on. I feel like, she's a very good fighter. She's scrappy, but sometimes she doesn't act on that killer instinct. In this fight, you can't hold back. If the plans are working, you need to stay on it. If the opportunity comes, get Barber out of there. If you cut her, work that cut. If you see her leaking, you got to work it toward the stoppage. But if you get her hurt, you got to get her out of there. If you counter and land something big, get her out of there. Don't let her stay in there. You can't let her keep it in her mind that she's there to still compete. You got to break her will. She's in there to break your will, so you got to do the same thing. You got to get her out of there because she has something you want, and you have something that she wants. So you got to go in there with that killer instinct. Kill her, be killed. So finally, my prediction for both of these fighters, I'm going to have to go with Alexa Grasso by a split decision in this fight. I think that her speed and her striking will earn her some rounds. And by the time Maycee Barber catches up or tries to close in and make it a rough and tough fight, I think it'll be a little too late. Maybe probably the second half of the second round or like the third round, maybe she'll start to catch up if Alexa Grasso slows down, and then maybe she might land a big shot here or there. But I think Alexa has the legs and the mobility to get out of there and even roll with some shots and even survive if she was to get rocked in this fight. So yeah, I'm going to go with Alexa Grasso by split decision. I think it's going to be competitive early on. Like there might be a few times where Maycee hits her with some big shots, but I think the volume of Alexa Grasso is going to take over. And if she does get to the ground, I think that Alexa Grasso will scramble back up, keep that distance, and she'll just keep working from the outside. But like I said, don't be surprised if Alexa Grasso eats some big shots in this fight if she stays in the pocket too long. But I think she has the chin to hold up. I think it's more so Maycee Barber's chin that can be a little. I think she can be a little chinny at times. Even like it with J.J. Aldrich. She ate some big shots in there, got dropped, got her head snapped back a few times. And I think that Alexa Grasso is, a few notches, a few levels above J.J. Aldrich when it comes to boxing. So I think her boxing is really going to win her this fight, and just her speed and her overall experience. So yeah, Alexa Grasso by split decision. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I think this is going to be a good co-main event. I think that Maycee Barber, she's coming to fight. Like she said, she wants to break that will. So it's going to be interesting. I think, she's still young, so she's going to be in there letting her hands go. Same with Alexa Grasso. I think she is going to know that she has to go in there and use that killer instinct. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Who you got for this fight? Maycee Barber, Alexa Grasso. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.